How's it going, guys? Welcome to Friday's upload. Now, Friday is not going to be me. I don't really think I need to give the whole Theme Team tournament spiel in that I'm hosting one, blah, blah, videos from video responses and stuff like that. But Noah contacted me the other day and he was like, yo, my match was really fucking good. And I want to put it on your channel because it was really fucking good. And I'm like, okay, we'll see what it's like. We'll give it a shot. And I watched it, and it was a really fucking good game. So that's why it's here today. So after my little spiel, I suppose, where I talk about this stuff very briefly, he's using a Powerpuff Girls theme team, as is kind of noted by the clever, I suppose, screen cap right here. And then I think his opponent, YellowSwellow, is using an Epic Mealtime theme team. So those are actually pretty fun, I suppose. Hope you guys enjoy it. Without further ado, I will go ahead and leave you with his narration. So enjoy.
What is up, subscribers of QuandoRun66? My name is Noah, YouTube name nojnp, and today I'm bringing you one of my theme team tournament battles for you guys here today. Today I'm playing YellowSwellow, also known as Dennis, and this was a very fun battle right up to the last turns. My theme is Powerpuff Girls, which works really great with Bubbles, Buttercup, and Blossom being my Grasswater Fire Core, and his theme is Epic Mealtime. Now note, he has some Pokemon like Piloswine and Kadabra, which are in the lower tiers, but he previously used the evolution of these Pokemon, but because the tier switch, that made his team unusable because you can't have more than 3 Pokemon in the same tier. So he had to switch it up a bit. This battle is a bit lengthy, but I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you do, please leave a like and comment down below, and check out my channel after this narration is done. But anyway, I had Ambipom originally in my first slot, so I want to predict him to lead with the Piloswine, so I want to switch it up. I want to lead off with my Heatoroom instead. I'm able to get off a U-turn because I'm predicting him to be the Sash and Endeavor lead, and I don't think he carries the Eviolite because based on the amount of damage that this does right here, I want to go into my Jellicent to sponge really whatever attacking he wants to do. Instead, he goes for the Stealth Rocks. Now I know he's going to switch out next turn, and I'm predicting him to predict me to use the Scald, so I'm going to switch it up and use the Toxic instead. But he goes for the very risky prediction going to his Rotom Heat. If I did go for the Toxic, if I did go for the Scald rather than the Toxic, that would have done a massive amount of damage. But I'm going to go into my Ambipom right here, seeing what kind of Rotom this is. If he had the specs, that would have KO'd me, so I'm guessing that he is the Scarf set, which is still really annoying, especially with the Skarmory right here, because the only Pokemon I can really scare it out with is my Heatoroom going for the Flare Blitz and taking a lot of recoil damage, and I'm not up for doing that just yet in this battle, so I'm going to go into my Togekiss, which is one of 2 Nasty Plot Sweepers. And I want to predict him to switch out, maybe thinking that I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave, and he would go into his Rotom Heat. And this is exactly what happens. He's going to switch out. I'm going to go for a Nasty Plot, getting that +2 in special attack. And I know that a Volt Switch from a Scarf Rotom will not be able to take me out, so I'm going to leave myself in, and I want to predict him to use the Volt Switch, and then switch out of there, going to a Pokemon that can very much resist the Air Slash. So instead of going for the Air Slash, I'm just going to go for the big Aura Sphere, and he's going to go into his Piloswine basically as Death Fodder, but it's very smart because even if he does use it as Death Fodder, he can go right back into his Rotom and finish me off with a Volt Switch. So I'm going to switch out right here after this turn because I don't want my Togekiss dying just yet. I do carry the Roost as my 4th move, so I can switch it up and get another sweep going, and I'm going to go into my Ambipom as Death Fodder, see what he's going to lock himself into. It's an Electric type move, so I can go into my Celebi right here, which I resisted, and I can go for a Nasty Plot because this is my 2nd Nasty Plot sweeper, and it actually worked out pretty well in past rounds. He is going to go for the Volt Switch, not going to do too much. I will be able to get up the +2 in special attack, and he actually goes into his Gastrodon. Like, why would you go into a ×4 weak Grass type weakness against the Celebi? I'm not really sure. I thought he was playing like Mind Tricks. I just decided to go for the Giga Drain. It was my best bet, and he's going to leave his Gastrodon in as Death Fodder right here. So after Gastrodon faints, he's going to bring him to his Rotom Heat, and this is a very interesting move. I'm actually going to slow it down a bit because I figured that he has to go for the Overheat, because if he doesn't and he overpicks and goes for the Volt Switch, it would be so great for me. I would have complete attack initiative, and that would be awesome, but instead he goes for the extremely ballsy play. He actually goes for the Volt Switch, and it actually very much ends up working out for him because he's going to do a massive amount of damage to my Jellicent, and I'm really thinking that I just lost all hopes in this battle. He's going to bring in the Kadabra with the massive special attack stat. I really thought he's going to take me out the Psychic, but I actually live with 4 HP. I want to go for the Recover, and now I can just start recovering up with my Jellicent and kind of get back into this battle. But next turn, he's going to switch up moves. He's going to go for the Shadow Ball, and he actually gets the special defense drop. So that's going to limit the amount of time I will be able to stay in this battle. And funny enough, If he used the Shadow Ball, I believe that would have been able to KO me. I'm not sure though, maybe that was max damage and the Psychic was min damage, but I don't want to lose my Jellicent, especially a -1 specialty. So I'm going to switch out and Death Fodder my Togekiss right here. He's going to go for the Psychic, and this is fine for me because now this gives me an opportunity to go into my Heatmor. I am Scarf, so I don't mind outspeeding him whatsoever. If he's sashed, he will only live with 1 HP. If he's not sashed, he'll just be able to get KO'd. But he does live with 1 HP because most cadavers do carry the sash these days. And I'm going to switch into my Metagross, predicting him to use the Psychic. I can wall that very well. And I do carry the Bullet Punch as well, so I will be able to take that. This is a cool Metagross set that I made in 4th gen. It was pretty standard lead. It was like the Stealth Rocks, Meteor Mash, Bullet Punch, and Earthquake set. But I do go plain for the Bullet Punch right here. He's actually going to switch out. He's going to go into a Skarmory, which takes it very well, and this goes back to the fact that this Skarmory is going to cause me a lot of problems. I decide to switch out right here. I could get up my Stealth Rocks, but I'm going to wait a little bit more in this battle. I'm not one to set up Stealth Rocks in the beginning turns of the match. I like doing it in the middle when it's very random. And he actually gets up either his 2nd or 3rd layer of spikes right here. And I bring in my Jellicent because I'm really hoping to get the burn with the Scald, not necessarily going to do a whole lot of damage. I just want to get the burn, so he's going to lose residual damage slowly but surely, and then he's going to Whirlwind me out. He's going to Whirlwind me out into my Metagross, and now I can get up either my Rocks or I can just start going for the Meteor Mash, which is probably the hardest hitting move that I can go for with my Metagross. Well, definitely, because the Earthquake doesn't hit and Bullet Punch doesn't have a great base power. So I do go for the Stealth Rocks as he gets up 3 layers of spikes, and now he just shows that he's packing a lot of entry hazards, which is dangerous for me to start switching in and out of, so I do have to be cautious of that. He's going to go for the Roost 1 turn, and he just wants to get a lot more HP. I want to go for the Meteor Mash, really hoping to either get a crit or a burn, a crit or an attack race, and I really don't bang on this, but I'm just doing this until he goes for the Whirlwind. Hopefully he's going to Whirlwind me out to my Heatmor, but what are the odds of that? But check out this next turn. I want to go for the Meteor Mash, not only getting the crit, but I actually get an attack raise, which is awesome. But he's going to Whirlwind me out. It's going to go 2nd with a -6 priority, and he actually Whirlwinds me out to the Heatmor. Like, what are the odds of this? And it's great because the amount of damage that I did with a crit means that I can go for a Flare Blitz, and I will not die to the recoil damage that I take for myself. So I am going to go for the Flare Blitz. He will lose his Skarmory right here, and I actually live with 10 HP from all the recoil that I just did from the Flare Blitz. So now he's going to have to bring in a Pokemon, and I finally get Switch Initiative actually after he's going to go for the Mach Punch. So I decide to go into my Celebi because a couple of Celebis do carry the Psychic, so I can scare him out right here. So I decide it's not just time yet to go for the Nasty Plot. I think he's going to go into his Cadaver right here. So I'm actually going to go for the Giga Drain, getting 1 more HP with my Celebi. And I just want to say 1 more HP. It doesn't matter whatsoever. I don't leave a hit with 1 HP. And I'll be like, oh, it was all thanks to this Cadaver. No, I just wanted to take the Cadaver out. But he is going to bring in the Rotom right here. I know he's going to go for the Overheat, but I do have a plan. I only have 2 Pokemon left, which is the Jellicent and my Metagross. I will just be able to go for the Scald a couple times, but I actually noticed that he's, again, locked into this, and he's going to take a lot of damage from the Poison. So I'm thinking, if I live this hit, I can probably get the win off. He's going to go for the Overheat. I live with 25 HP. Now he's at either I think he's at -4 attack. So he really can't be doing much. I'm just going to go for the Recover, basically recover stalling him out until he dies to the Poison, and then he'll only have 1 Pokemon left, which is the Conkeldurr. So he's going to go for 1 more Overheat. He's at -4, and now he's at -6, so he really can't do too much. I actually go for the Toxic. I don't know if it was a misplay or I was just getting nervous or something, because at this point my hands were shivering and sweating, and this was just so intense. He's going to go for 1 more Overheat. He's going to die to the Toxic this turn as I go for Recover. I have full HP as he goes into his Conkeldurr right here. And this is where the battle just gets so intense. As you see next turn, I'm going to make the biggest misplay of my life, and you're going to see this right afterwards. I want to go for the Toxic instead of going for the Scald. I don't know why I didn't think he was either Guts boosted or I was going to take this payback so much better, but I take it horribly, and if I went for the Scald, and as you can see, next turn I go for the Scald, and that did an actual significant amount of damage. And I knew he wasn't going to go for the Bulk Up, predicting me to go for the Taunt, because some Jellicents carry that. I want to go for the Scald and see how much damage this does. It does a decent amount of damage. So if I did that the first turn, in conjunction with the fact if I did this the next turn, I would just be at such a better situation right here. Because now I'm going to bring in my Metagross, my last Pokemon, hopefully take him out with the Meteor Mash. I'm just banking on the hopefully, because I'm going to go for the Meteor Mash right here. And as you can see, his HP goes down, it goes down, it goes down, and it stops. If I went for this goal 2 turns ago, this game would have been mine. But nope, he's just going to finish me off with a Drain Punch. Dennis, this was an excellent battle. I wish you the best of luck in the rest of the tournament, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this narration and the battle. Remember, if you did, like, comment, and check out my channel. It's very much appreciated. Thank you for Eric for letting me upload this on his channel. Thanks, guys, for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, and as always, take care.